The very first question that I would love to ask you is like, I've been part of Della, like I was here for an adventure park and stuff. This time I had an amazing experience at D.A.T.A. So what's next that you're planning to, like, what's big? I'm sure D.A.T.A. is like it's.
So very interesting for us. Hospitality is all about experiences, and if you look at adventure, look at the adventure luxury resorts here, Della Resort, D.A.T.A. Resort, is all about, each is creating a different experience.
Yeah.
So adventure park is a different experience,
Yeah.
D.A.T.A. is a different experience, luxury resort is a different experience, Della Resort, tents on the mountain at Della is a different experience. So for me, I think now after 10 years in hospitality, we've carved a niche for ourselves in creating these experiences.
Okay.
You come out of a washroom smiling and laughing,
Yeah.
that's an experience. So for me, using the medium of design and creating experiences for guests is where I feel we have kind of just about made our mark, made a name for ourselves. And that's why people love our level of hospitality, because we do it differently, we do it with passion, we do it differently, and we create an experience for you that is unforgettable. And you will want to come back again and again and again for the same experience.
Yeah, that's for sure. that was really my thing when I was just like coming out of D.A.T.A. Like, okay, I would want to bring everyone out here, or at least like tell my friends that okay, you guys should like go experience this.
Your friends, your family, your parents. You'll be surprised the amount of bonding that happens in a family when you do a training like that.
Yeah.
We have instances of grandparents, children and their children all bonding together like anything. No other 5-star, no other resort can actually make them bond. People go there in separate rooms, yes, they eat together, but that's about it. Each one is doing something else. Here, everybody 24 hours is doing things together.
That's good. Secondly, I would like to ask you, I've always noticed and heard about, like, you know, planning such amazing things and executing it is more difficult. So what was the biggest challenge that you came across while D.A.T.A. was in planning?
See, there's a huge gap between design, planning, strategy and execution. And we, at a very early age in my life, and we as Della Group have really understood the importance of execution. We follow the discipline, the art of execution by Ramcharan very closely. And so every dream, every vision takes a different kind of strategy to execute. And it was super difficult to execute D.A.T.A. because it's out in the forest. It's in the middle of nowhere. There is no road, no electricity, no water. It was one of the most challenging assignments of my life. And you do not really preempt and have answers to all the problems. So you adapt to an environment, you start going to the forest every day. You realize, yeah, पहले दिन बहुत दिक्कत थी, दूसरे दिन कम थी, तीसरे दिन it's okay, यार, it becomes normal. ठीक है, वो सांप दिखा, बिच्छू दिखा, I mean it's okay. So things really, on day one if somebody would tell you, okay, इतने बड़े सांप रहेंगे, इतना ये रहेगा, you say, बाबा जाना ही नहीं. So you adapt to an environment. And the same is with the difficulties and challenges in design, building, construction, starting a business, hiring people. There are challenges each day of your life, and yes, it's an extreme environment. You need the resilience to be able to pull through. If you're so passionate about what you're creating and you're resilient to pull through those problems, you have a product like D.A.T.A.
Okay. I literally have experienced Della. This time it was D.A.T.A, which is like a mixture of luxury, art, adventure, like everything one in all. Like, I was really surprised to visit D.A.T.A and have this luxury as well, other than adventure and all of the stuff. So what goes into building this big empire? Like, what goes into it? Like,
what empire? I don't see any empire. I see some businesses here and there, and we are honest to admit it's a first generation business enterprise for me.
Yeah.
So I haven't forgotten my roots, where I come from, and that's how my value systems are intact.
Yeah.
And all of this looks nice. Ideas and concepts are like these. If you get it right, wow, people appreciate and clap and say, okay, create an empire. And you get it wrong, one mistake, things collapse. You say, yeah, what a fool this man was. So it's like that. And It's not easy. It's super difficult. When you don't come from a business of hospitality, a lineage of hospitality, to come up and start a new hotel and make a brand for yourself and the company and grow it into something which is of this magnitude, you have a lot of responsibility as well. Being a responsible citizen, you have responsibility to the environment, responsibility to the country, the city, responsibility to your employees. Now we have got about 1,650 families who are employed, and it's a huge responsibility. One mistake and they will take the brunt. You will take the brunt, yes, but your brunt is lesser. Of course, your brunt is huge, but that's one individual. 1,650 families, their jobs getting disrupted is a huge sense of responsibility. And I think I would die in weight on my conscience if ever anything were to happen to my 1,650 family. So that for me, all these things are super important. And when you consider it, you realize that you are nobody and nowhere. And also when you compare your businesses to successful people like Kumar Mangalam Birla, who's second in the world manufacturing this, first in the world, third in the world, globally manufacturing a conglomerate, and yet he's so humble and so simple and so down to earth and so approachable, and yet rock solid based on values and culture and respecting humans. So you realize you're not even chicken feed. I mean, what are you talking about? 4-5 small businesses here and there. There's nothing great. You look at the house of Godrej. I mean, and the culture and the value system and the contribution to the country, they will never do anything wrong. So when you look at all these giants and doyens of the industry, you realize you're taking your baby steps and you better remain as a baby. Don't try and fly in any which way.
Okay, that was it. Thank you so much, sir, and it was really an amazing
My pleasure.
experience.
Lovely talking to you.
Thank you.